In this movie, I'll introduce you to a few top secret scrolling tricks that are not only exceedingly useful, but are generally unknown to most Photoshop users. So let's say I press Control 1 or Command 1 on the Mac to zoom in to 100%. And again, Photoshop centers my view, so I'm looking at this guy's jacket. Let's say I want to quickly scroll to a different location. Well, I can take advantage of a feature known as the bird's eye view. And to get a sense for how it works, I'll go ahead and scroll over the hand tool, which is located just above the zoom tool, down here at the bottom of the toolbox. And notice when I do, I get this little tip that tells me that the shortcut for the hand tool is the H key. And the only time that's really useful in Photoshop is when taking advantage of this feature. So go ahead and press and hold the H key and then click and hold inside the image. And you'll see this floating marquee as long as you keep your mouse button down, which allows you to then decide exactly which portion of the image you want to see. And then once you have that area inside the marquee, go ahead and release the mouse button and you'll scroll to that exact location, which makes this a great way to move very quickly through your image as you see me doing right now. So I can scroll to his shoulder and then to his fingertips, which are a bit out of focus here, and then back to his face as easily as just pressing the H key and dragging inside the image window. Another option is to scroll two images at once. I'll go ahead and zoom out a little bit to the 50% zoom ratio, and then notice that I have two images open at once right here, two photographs, as it turns out, of the exact same model. And to see them at the same time, I'll go up to the window menu, choose Arrange, and then choose 2 up vertical. And that will allow me to see these two images at the same time. Notice that Photoshop goes ahead and keeps the active image over here on the left-hand side. And so I can go ahead and spacebar drag this guy over so that I can see him on screen. And then I can click inside the other image, the one on the right-hand side, and drag him as well. Now let's say that I want to scroll them both at once. Then I'll press both the space bar and the shift key and drag the images, and you can see that they both scroll at the same time. And this will even happen when you have multiple images open, whether you're seeing them all at the same time or not. You can scroll them in the background together just by shift spacebar dragging. All right, for the last trick, I'll go ahead and switch back to the image on the left, and then I'll go up to the window menu, choose Arrange, and then choose Consolidate All, and that will go ahead and fill the screen with just the active image. The other one, however, is still open in the background. It's important to note, but I want to see this image, so I'll click on its tab, and then I'll press Control-0 or Command-0 on the Mac to zoom all the way out. Now notice if I press and hold the spacebar to get the hand tool, and I drag the image around, it doesn't move at all on screen. However, you can force it to move using this hidden option. To get to it, go to the Edit menu here on the PC. That's going to be the Photoshop menu all the way over on the left-hand side on the Mac. And then drop down to the Preferences command. It's not nearly this low in the menu on the Mac. And then finally, go ahead and choose the Tools command in order to bring up this group of options right here. Now turn on the Overscroll checkbox and then go ahead and click OK. And from this point on, you can now go ahead and spacebar drag the image as much as you like, even when you're zoomed all the way out. And those are a few top secret scrolling tricks that will not only facilitate your work, but also amaze your friends here inside Photoshop.